Okay, so first thing I want to say, this is a video about Santa, and this is not a video for small children. So if you have a small child in the room, this is your official warning. Do not play this video, please. I'll give you a second. Okay, now that we're alone, this reminds me of a funny story. I actually feel like this was such a great opportunity, and I wanted to share it because when my kids found out about Santa not being real and the fact that mom and dad, which is mostly mom, were Santa, they did not tell us that they knew. They had told amongst themselves. It was actually my youngest because he's kind of a squealer. He was the one who's told me that none of them believed in Santa, that the older siblings had told him. So we sat down and talked about it. When we talked about it, my daughter actually was kind of upset that we had been deceiving her, essentially. She didn't like it. She said that. And I thought, I was surprised by that because when I was a kid and I found out about Santa, I don't remember having that reaction at all in any way. It was surprising. And I thought, how do I want to explain this to my daughter in a way that helps her understand this was all meant in good fun and it was meant to be magical and wonderful for you for a period of time so that you could just enjoy it for this innocent thing that it is. I totally stole this from some Facebook post, so I'm not even going to pretend like this came out of my brain. But I saw something that talked about how the idea of Santa, and it resonated with me, and it's true for me. So that's why I shared it with my children, which is that the idea of Santa Claus for me is that I get to show my children the joy of giving gifts to another person without any reciprocity, not even a thank you, right? Not even any acknowledgement that you gave that gift. You are just giving them that gift for the joy of you doing that for another person. So that is how I explained it to my kids. I said, this was something where I got to give to you only for the joy of seeing you receive. I didn't need credit for that. I didn't need a thank you. I didn't need people to know about it. It was just for the joy of the experience. And I wanted you guys to know how wonderful it feels to receive gifts like that. And I wanted to set an example so that you can start thinking about how can you show up for other people in that way and give to them with zero expectation of receiving anything in return. When I framed it like that, they were like, wow, okay. It really resonated with them as well. I just feel like that's a really good way to kind of break the ice if you find yourself in the situation where your kids figure it out and you want to have kind of like a meaningful conversation and explanation with them. And yeah, it was great.